Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Legacy Survival. Today we're on version 1.6.4, and we're going to start this episode off with some crafting. So I'm going to put this clay in this furnace, and we're going to let that run for a little bit. First up is something I've been waiting for a little while. Blocks of coal. So now all this coal that's been holding up our inventory can be consolidated down into blocks. So that'll save a ton of space in my chests, which is awesome. So I'm going to craft these all down, and then we're going to go over the rest of the stuff. This update was dubbed the horse update, so spoiler alert, horses were added. We're going to go be finding those later. There's also some other stuff we need to explore, but I've already done that off camera, and I will be heading out to those locations after we are finished with the crafting here. So let me finish consolidating this coal down. Here we go. Last little bit here. 1, 2, 3. A nice even 3 stacks of coal blocks, or 4 rather. Rather handy. And as you see, the clay, which you put in the furnaces, is now finished smelting into hardened clay. So that's another building option here. In addition to the hardened clay, if we take it here and put some dye with it, we get some stained clay. So I'll be able to use this to kind of work on the palette inside the base here. But not going to work on that yet. That can wait. We'll put it here with the... Actually, we'll put this here in the dyes and blocks chest here. There we go. There's our stained clay. Charcoal, which by the way the texture was changed, doesn't have a block form yet, unfortunately. But that's not too much of an issue, considering it doesn't take up much space. Speaking of texture changes, we have lapis lazuli blocks. They used to just be sort of a flat texture, but now they have that nice little border around them. Looks a lot better. And continuing with our crafting, if I take a slime ball and a bit of string here, we can make leads. So very handy for transporting animals around. Don't have to lure animals with seeds for miles. Instead, you can just attach a lead to them and go, and that's super handy. The recipe for golden apples was changed in this update. It requires ingots instead of nuggets now, so they're quite a bit more expensive. But they got buffed a little bit. They now give the absorption effect, which is new in this update. And last but not least, as far as crafting, we have hay bales. So some nice decoration, and you can also feed them to horses to heal them. Pretty handy. So before we head out, I'm going to make myself some golden carrots, because we're going to need those. Going to need 2. I'm going to go grab the carrots from our farm, which I've been steadily harvesting, so got a decent backlog of resources in there. There we go, golden carrots, 2 of these. We're going to need them later. Oops. Pick those up. Don't want them to go to waste. And since I'm level 30, before I head out again, I'm going to go enchant my helmet. And then we're going to head out over to some new terrain. Fire protection 3. How boring. Since I'm in my inventory here, I guess I'll mention weapons or tools in general now show their attack damage. And I need to take one of my other pickaxes out, because this one is kind of on its last legs. So I'm going to sort my inventory out here a little bit, and then we're going to head over to some new terrain generation. See you then. One more thing before I leave the base. Carpet. So you might have noticed I had a wool floor in my room upstairs. I can change that out for carpet now, if I so desire. But for now, we're going to put that away and just kind of hang on to it. Now we're going to head over to the new terrain. So our first stop today is the Nether Fortress. And luckily I found what I was looking for right away. The entrance that I broke into is right over here. But anyways, as you can see, chests. And wow, diamonds, cool. And a flint and steel. So chests are now in Nether Fortresses, so there's a little more reason to explore them. Let's see if there's any more in the immediate vicinity here before I head out. We've got one over here with horse armor, so, and a saddle, very handy. Gonna need that when I have the horses. As you can see, along with the horses, horse armor was added. And let's take a last scan over here. More diamonds, more saddles, gold. Kind of don't want to explore too far down these passages, but it's no biggie. Alright, well, that's good enough. We got a couple diamonds out of the whole deal. We got some saddles. We've got armor for our horse. So I think we can head out to the next spot I want to show off. So here we are in the new terrain. As you can see, our nether portal's underground. But I already dug up to the surface, so we're going to head on up. And from there, we're actually not going to have to go too far to the next place we have to go. I told you before, this world is crazy lucky. So as you can see, I've made a little boat base of operations here. Some stuff smelting up here I got in the cave. But we're going to get into this boat. And speaking of boats, their speed and handling was improved just a little bit in this version. You now kind of just can look around and pilot them. Instead of having to use the A and D keys to steer. But anyways, if we come over here to this little thing I've made, we're going to head down. Through a little water elevator and a spiral staircase that I dug up from. I just had to explore that mine shaft that I spawned next to find this, so in a way our portal spawning in a cave was actually pretty lucky. But we have a dungeon here, and new to find in dungeon chests we have name tags. A little more iron, we got some horse armor, and a couple music discs. I'm just gonna leave them behind because our collection is pretty good already. But yeah, name tags, so pretty cool. You can name mobs now. There's a little Easter egg along with that, but I'll show that later. For now, I am gonna go find some horses. Well, I was gonna talk about this later, but it actually came to find me. Baby zombies will now spawn naturally, in addition to normal zombies, as we're used to seeing. So, the game got a whole lot more annoying. But we're gonna dispatch these guys real quick, because we're just in the water. In addition, the mechanic where zombies sometimes spawn other zombies when they are attacked was introduced. And actually, since I'm here in this swamp, I can show off another feature of boats that was added. So if I just set up this lily pads here. Previously, if you were, you know, going through a swamp and sailing along at high speeds and you crashed into a lily pad, it would completely wreck your boat. So, you know, just a little leaf, but apparently strong enough to destroy this this flimsy contraption here. But now, if I gather up some speed and I go at these lily pads full force, I'll actually break them and go right through them. And unfortunately, if there are multiple in a row, you won't do it, but you know, one or two at high speed is enough. Actually, you can see it's a little bit buggy because my boat debris ended up all the way over here. So that's zombies and baby zombies, and also lily pads. We're gonna go actually cut away here to show you stuff. Well, here we are in a plains biome, so maybe we'll be able to find what we're looking for here. At least I hope we will. I don't think horses were that rare, but maybe I'm wrong. Oh, also, I guess now I'm thinking about it, I'm in a village. So Villagers have a couple more sounds. Let me see if I can find one I can trade with here. But in case I can't, they have sounds for trading with them, and also they have sounds for new sounds for getting hurt. Although I don't know if I really want to hurt them. Well, you know, it's for science, right? So now they sound, you know, like they do nowadays. You gotta deal with this guy. Thank you, sir. So I'm gonna go look around for some horses. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to find any. I guess if I have to, I can cut away here, but I'd kind of like to avoid doing that. Got kind of spoiled nowadays, I guess. If you go into any sort of savanna or plains, they're kind of anywhere. But it looks like they're a bit more rare than I remember back when they were first introduced. But I'm going to keep looking here. And if I can't find them, I'll guess I'll just cut away here and come back. What a tiny little village. I wonder if there's a desert temple here. That might be handy. Whoa, is that a dungeon? Is that a dungeon? Hold on a second. Wow. What about that? Looks like it's got 2 chests in it. My inventory is really full. And I'm pretty far from my base, but I may as well check this out, right? Even if it's not exactly what we're looking for. Maybe it's got something good in it. Sure. I'll take some of that. Put that away. Grab some of these extra name tags. Gunpowder. And the iron. Huh. Well, that's pretty neat. As you can see, a little bit far from where I was hanging out before. Well, I guess I'll get back to exploring now, but fun. Another plains biome. Let's see here. I got kind of bored of waiting in the other one, so I decided to look for some others. This will actually be the 3rd one I've found. But I don't know. I'm almost starting to wonder if their spawning is bugged. I mean, it can't be this rare, right? Surely? But who knows? There's a spider there. Get that out of the way. I wonder if any of these spiders... You know, in this update, spiders can spawn with potion effects. I was kind of waiting for one to spawn with potion effects so I could show it off, but they're actually pretty rare, it seems. I mean, I guess they've always been rare, but rarer than I thought, because I've seen quite a few spiders, and none with potion effects. So, that's a no-go either. Where are these horses? Maybe I should look into this a little more before I keep exploring, because I've been over a lot of terrain lately with nary a single horse or a donkey for that matter. But I'm gonna keep exploring here. I mean, who knows? Maybe they're just here and I haven't seen them, right? Well, I headed back to my base for a little bit and found this little guy. So in addition to baby zombies, we also have baby zombie pigmen. Look at him. He's so cute and fleshless. Alright, back to the base. And also I'm marking these. Main base 2. There we go. I'll get the rest later. Well, it only took finding about 4, maybe 5 plains biomes. But I finally found horses. Is there 2 packs of horses here? Of course there's 2 packs of horses. Why wouldn't there be? 3. So apparently this biome specifically, this plains biome specifically, is filled with horses. So anyways, horses, they work pretty much the same as they do nowadays. To tame a horse, you simply click it with an empty hand, which I don't currently have, so let's just toss some stuff on the ground here. Simply click it with an empty hand and you ride it. And this is a pretty healthy horse. And you ride it around for a little bit, and you ride it around for a little bit more, And you keep on doing this until the horse finally decides it wants you to stay on. It'll keep kicking you off until it does. So we're just going to ride this horse for a little bit until he decides he wants to be our friend. Which I'm sure he will soon. I think he just did. Yeah, I think that... Yep, there we go. So now we have a horse, and accessing your inventory on the horse will let you put a saddle on it and some armor. If you dismount, which by the way you do with left shift now instead of right click like you used to, but if you shift and click on them, you can also access that inventory. So yeah, now we have a horse. Pretty awesome. And actually, it's kind of funny. I ended up going back to the base and just generating some new terrain from there because it was getting pretty far from where we were before. And there's some weird lag going on here. I haven't had this issue previously, but you can see I'm kind of jumping forward from time to time. There's so many horses here. Why was I not finding any horses before? Crazy. Also, why is this happening? So anyways, we're going to keep looking around a bit here because there's also donkeys in addition to all these different types of horses. If we can find a donkey, that would be ideal. But for now, it looks like we might just be finding horses. More horses. I might have to go searching a little bit more. Wouldn't that be fun? Real talk though, I actually have been enjoying this series. One of my favorite parts of Minecraft is exploring, and you don't really have too much of an excuse to do that in vanilla play. But with this, it's kind of necessary for the series, and I've actually found it pretty refreshing. It's part of the reason I keep coming back to it. So let's finish exploring this plains biome. Maybe, hopefully, we can find a donkey. Looks like it goes off this direction pretty far. So that's some cool looking terrain, isn't it? But it looks like it's just horses here, no donkeys. Let's see. Keep going. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more. We'll find some donkeys. No, no luck. No luck. I guess I just have to check that hill over there. Why is this happening? This is so weird. I've never had this issue before. Alright, well, I'm gonna go see if I can locate some donkeys, and hopefully I can manage it without too much difficulty. It'll probably be horses all over again. Alright, see you guys on the flip side. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You do not understand how excited I am to see this animal. I've been searching for hours and hours. I actually gave up when I was returning back to my base, and I managed to find this plains biome as I was coming back. And here we are. We have donkeys. So I don't know if there's a bug, or if they're intentionally super rare, or if I'm just really, really unlucky. But I've been searching for these guys for hours, and I hadn't found one. So we're going to hitch this guy up, and we are going to bring him home. You tame them much the same way as horses. You know, you get on them by clicking with an empty hand until they don't buck you off. And I'm actually going to tame this one right now, just so I can show a little difference between them and horses. I'll have to tame them eventually anyways. After all, he's being stubborn though. He really does not want to be my friend. There we go. So, much like horses, you can put a saddle on them. And you can also, at least I thought you could. Maybe you have to put a saddle before you can put a chest on them first. Well, we'll show that when I'm back at the house. But for now, I'm going to begin the long walk back. And I will see you guys over there. Well, while we're out here, I found this really weird quote-unquote village that is literally just a path and a farm. And that's it. There's not a single building. I don't think I've ever seen a village like this before. Man, this suit is so weird. Found an exposed dungeon, and I found a village like that, but I couldn't find any donkeys for so long. So now that we've safely transported the donkey back to the base, we can finally put a saddle on him. And I think we can put a chest on him. There we go, like that. So now he has a little inventory of stuff that, you know, we could carry, for instance, if we were traveling around. And if you take a golden carrot, those golden carrots we made earlier, or a golden apple works as well, and you give one to a donkey and one to a horse, let them breed, they make a mule, which is in the fountain, which is not where it should be. I should probably make a proper enclosure for these guys instead of crowding them in here. But for now, we'll just tie them all to this post. At least I think we can do that. Yeah, there we go. So the mule combines, you know, the donkey and the donkey and the horse, the qualities of both of them. So it's got a little bit better stats than the donkey, but it can also have the saddlebag like the donkey can. I don't think it can wear armor like a horse, though. So with that, I think that's just about everything, aside from little miscellaneous factors. So I'm gonna go prepare those, and then we'll wrap up this episode. So I don't need to be doing this first thing here over in the nether, but since I need to come to the nether for the other one anyways, I figure I may as well. But if I make a short little minecart track here with some rails that has a couple turns in it, you'll see that as I am turning, my character isn't turning. I can keep looking in the same direction. Previously, that would not be the case. You would turn as the minecart would turn, kind of like this, and it would be pretty jarring and annoying. So, nice fix to that. And also, if I take a lava bucket here, and this is why I'm in the nether, because it's a bit easier to show this off, and I make a bit of a mess here with the lava, it will all, as you can see, actually dissipate properly. Previously, it would take a really long time to dissipate, or it wouldn't even dissipate at all, especially in the nether where there was a ton of it. So that is a nice fix, and it is not a nice guy. And one last thing. If I go over the options here, you can see that texture packs have been replaced with resource packs. So now you can modify sounds and such with resource packs as opposed to texture packs, which were just textures. So with that, I think that is everything. Oh, wait, one last thing I forgot to show off. I don't know how I forgot this. I guess because it's just a little Easter egg. But if I take a name tag here, along with the name tags, the first sort of name tag Easter egg was introduced. So you can either use Dinnerbone, or you can use Grum, like this, and I think I saw a random pig that's been wandering around near my farm, but if I name him with this name tag, maybe he left. Not without stomping on my crops, though. Maybe he's down here? I hear him. He's somewhere. Where could he be? Maybe he's up top. And I just missed him because I didn't look hard enough. There he is. He's on the fence. So he's having a fun time, and now he's upside down having a fun time. So there we go. Just a little Easter egg with that. And with that, I really am done now. So I will actually see you all next time.